The movie begins in Sonora, Mexico. Colt McCready, a former soldier, storms into a cartel headquarters. He's there to save his niece, Haley Reynolds, who's been kidnapped by Fernando Garcia, the cartel leader. Colt's sister tipped him off about the abduction, fueling his anger. He barges in, taking down anyone who stands in his way. Despite facing numerous foes, he remains relentless and finally confronts Victor Garcia, Fernando's nephew and right-hand man.
Open it. I haven't even so much as fucking touched her. They're not gonna make it.
Despite Victor's resistance, Colt persists, until after a brutal beating, Victor finally relents and leads Colt to where Haley is held captive. Trying to stall, Victor hesitates to open the door until Colt demands it, grabbing the key hanging around Victor's neck. Unexpectedly, Colt finds a flash drive attached to the necklace, containing valuable cartel data. Once inside, he swiftly deals with Victor and his guards, freeing Haley from her restraints. On their way home, Haley questions why Victor kidnapped her, prompting him to advise her to ask her stepfather directly. Meanwhile, Garcia, the cartel leader, arrives at the headquarters to assess the situation. Learning that Victor kidnapped Haley due to a dispute with Walt, Colt's brother-in-law, he orders retribution. Frustrated by the chaos caused by Colt's attack, he orders his men. Back home, Angela, Haley's mother, warmly welcomes her daughter and expresses gratitude for her safe return. Meanwhile, Garcia, seeking revenge, contacts corrupt Sheriff Jasper Calloway, implicating Walt and Colt in the cartel's affairs. Recognizing Colt from surveillance footage, Jasper reveals Colt's past as a soldier.
He play roulette. I am not Santa Claus delivering gifts with Walt and his daughter. And I'll be down there shortly.
Colt's wife's brother.
Back at home, Angela and Haley are preparing to leave town for good. However, Walt is furious with Angela for involving Colt in rescuing Haley. He urges them to come with him, but Colt refuses, concerned for their safety.
For all I knew, you were in hiding and you were never coming back.
We're leaving.
I'm not going to listen to me. My sister and her kid are gonna put
They
you...
thought I took.
Angela.
So we can all get the hell out of here?
Tensions rise as Colt clashes, while Angela defends herself, revealing the pressure she faced to marry Walt due to family debts left by Haley's father and Colt's sudden disappearance.
Property where he could make some money running drugs across the border. What was I supposed to do? Away doing God knows what.
As they argue, Colt spots a police car approaching. Angela urges him to hide, while she confronts Sheriff Jasper. However, Jasper and his men swiftly arrest Walt, accusing him of ordering Colt to commit murder. Angela faces interrogation about Colt's whereabouts, fearing his arrest on false charges. She initially claims ignorance, but Walt's outburst exposes Colt hiding in the house.
The bunkhouse! Colt, the bunkhouse! He's the one you want, not me!
Jasper uses a loudspeaker to demand Colt's surrender, escalating the situation. However, Colt refuses to surrender. Jasper then instructs two of his men to enter the house, guns drawn. Colt swiftly incapacitates them before fleeing the house. Just as Jasper prepares to shoot, Angela intervenes, causing the gun to misfire.
Make me shoot!
Seizing the moment, Colt escapes in a car. Jasper orders his men to pursue him, while he detains Angela for her interference. The chase between them ensues, ending in a collision, that disables Colt's car. When the police approach to arrest him, he's vanished into the nearby bushes, evading capture. Meanwhile, Garcia and his men arrive at Angela's house, seeking Colt and the stolen flash drive. Jasper informs of Colt's escape, prompting Garcia to join the hunt. Walt attempts to smooth things over with Garcia, apologizing for the confusion and insisting it is a misunderstanding. Garcia demands answers from Walt about the missing flash drive, threatening him, but he has no clue about it. In frustration, Garcia shoots him right in front of Haley, leaving her devastated.
If you could tell me about the drive.
Despite witnessing the death, Haley remains silent about the flash drive's location. Elsewhere, two of Jasper's officers find Colt hiding in the forest. As they close in, Colt manages to knock out one officer. Suddenly, Garcia's men arrive, opening fire.
Drop the gun!
In the chaos, one of the officers is killed, escalating the tension. Cruz, leading Garcia's men, claims they only want the flash drive from Colt, who refuses to cooperate, sparking a shootout that claims the life of the remaining officer. Colt uses the cover of the forest to confront Cruz, engaging in a fierce one-on-one battle. Despite a missed shot, Colt overpowers Cruz, taking his gun and leaving his body behind.
Let's go.
With no sign of Colt, Garcia orders his men to track Cruz's path. He also questions Jasper about Colt's background, learning he was a decorated soldier who clashed with corrupt superiors before. Now a fugitive, Colt remains at large. Jasper reassures Garcia that Colt will likely surface to rescue Angela and Haley, easing his concerns. Two of his men spot Colt walking in a field and attempt to run him down with their vehicle, sparking a shootout. As the car hurtles towards him, he leaps onto the hood, then swiftly rolls off as the vehicle passes. He retaliates by disabling the car with precise gunfire, injuring one of the men. With remarkable skill, he demonstrates his military training, accurately hitting his targets. Taking cover on the car's hood, he confronts the men, questioning them about the flash drive Garcia seeks. They reveal it contains sensitive information, including a list of drug dealers' contacts, Garcia's financial details, and stash locations. Intrigued by the contents, he presses for more details. After receiving critical information implicating Garcia in a web of crimes, he takes decisive action. He confronts two of the henchmen, swiftly neutralizing them, before rushing back to his home, determined to protect Angela and Haley, his family. Meanwhile, tensions escalate at Angela's house, as Jasper, once Garcia's loyal confidant, reveals his desire to sever ties with the criminal underworld. However, Garcia's response is chillingly ominous, thinly veiling a threat directed at Jasper's daughter. Fearing for his family's safety, Jasper begrudgingly abandons his resignation plans, leaving with bitter resentment.
Look away from a guy like me, Sheriff.
As Colt infiltrates Angela's house under the cover of secrecy, Garcia, ever vigilant, detects his presence and seizes Angela and Haley as leverage.
You're out there! If you don't come out, I will kill them!
Forced into a precarious situation, Colt is coerced into surrendering himself and relinquishing the incriminating flash drive he obtained. With the lives hanging in the balance, he makes a daring move, shedding his weapon and confronting Garcia head-on. In a flurry of adrenaline-fueled action, he outmaneuvers the men, rescuing Angela and Haley amidst a fierce exchange of gunfire. Angela proves her mettle, joining the fray with a weapon of her own, while Haley, displaying remarkable composure, contacts the state police for reinforcement.
No, el disco se puede quemar. Zavala, dale a la teja.
Unfortunately, things get worse when the local police, who report to Jasper, come into play. With their area falling under Jasper's jurisdiction, tensions escalate. In the midst of the chaos, one of Garcia's cronies breaks into the house, launching a surprise attack on Colt. As the battle rages on, bullets tear through the upper floors, injuring Angela's arm as she seeks refuge upstairs. Colt finds himself cornered as Garcia's men close in on the door, forcing him to retreat upstairs. With determination, he reaches Angela and Haley, urging them to escape through the bedroom window. With the women safely out of harm's way, he takes a stand, unleashing a barrage of gunfire on the assailants downstairs. Meanwhile, Angela and Haley head to the garage to make their getaway on a motorcycle. But their plans are thwarted when Garcia emerges, gun in hand, blocking their path. Just as Garcia is about to unleash his wrath, Jasper intervenes, taking him out from a distance, driven by protection for his daughter. Wanting to avoid blame, he moves to handcuff Angela and Haley. However, Colt intervenes, shooting at Jasper from afar. Wearing a bulletproof vest, he survives the shot and rises again. In a tense standoff, Colt gives Jasper a choice, handcuffs or a gun. If Jasper chooses the cuffs, he'll face imprisonment for his crimes. But he reaches for the nearby gun instead. Before he can pull the trigger, Colt fires, ending his life then and there. With the threat neutralized, Colt hands over the crucial flash drive to Angela, urging her to give it to the police. In the distance, a police car approaches the house. Finally, Colt decides to depart, leaving Angela and Haley behind, the danger now subsided. As he fades into the distance, he carries with him the weight of the battles fought and the hope for a safer future for his loved ones.